What if everything you've been taught about money is wrong? What if the difference between staying broke and building real wealth comes down to a few simple decisions made every single day? At just 11 years old, he bought his first stock. By his early 30s, he was already a millionaire. And today, Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in history. But here's the truth most people ignore. He didn't get rich because he was lucky. He got rich because he thinks differently. And if you understand how he thinks, you might never look at money the same way again. Because his advice isn't just about getting rich. It's about building a life most people will never reach. And it starts with a rule almost nobody follows. Warren Buffett didn't grow up rich. He didn't inherit millions. He built everything from scratch. As a teenager, he became obsessed with understanding money, not chasing it, understanding it. He read constantly, studied businesses deeply, and trained himself to think long-term in a world addicted to short-term rewards. That mindset became his biggest advantage. But here's the uncomfortable part. Most people know Buffett is successful. Very few are willing to live the way he did, because his rules are simple, and simple is exactly why people ignore them. Rule number 1. Live below your means. Buffett became a billionaire, yet he still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Not because he has to, because he chooses to. Now look at most people. The moment they earn more, they spend more. Better car, expensive lifestyle, things they don't actually need. And just like that, they trap themselves. Buffett once said, "If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need." That's not just advice. That's a warning. Wealth is not built by how much you earn. It's built by how much you keep. And if you can't control your spending, nothing else will matter. But controlling money is only the beginning, because the next rule is what actually multiplies it. Rule number 2. Start investing early and stay consistent. Buffett made most of his wealth after the age of 50, not because he started late, but because he started early. Money grows. Then that growth starts growing itself. That's the power of compounding. But most people wait. They say they'll start later. They say they need more money. And that delay costs them years. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow into something massive over time. This isn't about getting rich quickly. It's about becoming unstoppable over time. But there's a problem. If you don't understand what you're investing in, you're not investing. You're gambling. And that leads to the third rule. Rule number 3. Never invest in something you don't understand. During the dot-com bubble, everyone was making money. Tech stocks were exploding. People were getting rich overnight, and Buffett stayed out. Completely. He didn't invest because he didn't understand those businesses. People mocked him, said he was missing out, until the crash came, and billions disappeared. Buffett didn't lose money, because he refused to play a game he didn't understand. He once said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Most people don't lose money because the market is unfair. They lose because they chase what looks exciting instead of what makes sense. But even understanding money isn't enough, because the people around you shape your decisions, and that leads to the fourth rule. Rule number 4. Choose your environment carefully. Buffett didn't build his empire alone. He had Charlie Munger, a partner who challenged him, sharpened his thinking, made him better. Now compare that to most people. They are surrounded by negativity. People who spend everything they earn. People who discourage ambition. People who say, "Be realistic." That kind of environment slowly destroys growth. Buffett once said, it's better to hang out with people better than you, because eventually you become them. Your future is not just shaped by your actions, it's shaped by the people around you. And if you ignore this, you will stay stuck no matter how hard you try. But even with the right people, there is one final rule, and it is the hardest one to follow. Rule number 5. Think long term. Buffett's favorite holding period is forever. While others chase quick profits, he builds lasting wealth. The modern world is obsessed with speed, fast money, instant results. But real wealth moves slowly. Buffett invested in companies and held them for decades. While others jumped in and out, he stayed patient, disciplined, focused. Because he understood something most people don't. Time is the most powerful asset you have. And if you use it correctly, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. The truth is, most people will never follow this rule because it's boring. And boring doesn't feel exciting, but boring builds wealth. So what does all this mean for you? It means your future is not decided by luck. It's decided by your habits, your discipline, your patience. Live below your means. Invest early, understand what you're doing, choose your environment, and think long term. Simple rules, but not easy ones. Because if they were easy, everyone would be rich. Now you know them. The only question is, will you actually follow them? If you want to change your future, start now. And subscribe for more content that will shift the way you think about money and success.